On the 23rd of May, it was officially announced by the club that Julen Lopetegui would replace David Moyes as manager for the start of the 24-25 Premier League season. In my opinion, it is a good appointment, and if you disagree with me or don't have an opinion yet, stick around to the end to make your own mind up. Because this is everything you need to know about Julen Lopetegui. Born in 1966, Julen Lopetegui grew up to become a professional goalkeeper for various clubs all across Spain. Briefly playing for Real Madrid and Barcelona, but his most significant club for 5 years was Rayo Vallecano, making 112 appearances in that time. He also made one appearance for Spain in the 1994 World Cup and retired in 2002, aged 36. He went straight into managing in 2003, becoming assistant coach for Spain's under-17s Euro campaign. Then he went to a team of his own, back to second division side Rayo Vallecano in the 2003-04 season. He got his first job as a proper head coach. Unfortunately for the Spaniard, it was a terrible start, as he got sacked after 10 games and the side went on to be relegated to the third division. He took a break from coaching for a while and actually became a sports commentator for independent channel La Sexta in Spain, covering the 2006 World Cup. From 2010 to 2014, he took charge of 3 different Spanish international sides: the under-19s, the under-20s and the under-21s. Winning the 2012 under-19 Euros and the 2013 under-21 Euros. After building up some experience with these international sides, he then went on to go and manage Porto for a few years. He used the club's biggest ever budget and made the Champions League quarter-finals, where he unfortunately matched the club's worst ever defeat, 6-1 to Bayern Munich. Then, in 2016, some poor league form and dropping out of the Champions League meant that he lost his job at Porto and had to look for somewhere else. After the Euros in 2016, he was appointed manager of Spain. Then in 2018, he would lead them to his first World Cup in Russia. But days before the tournament began, something very strange happened. He received an offer from Real Madrid and felt as though he couldn't say no, so it was announced that he would join Real Madrid after the World Cup ended. But the following day, he was sacked from Spain, not being able to play a single match. At Real Madrid, he lost his first game in charge 4-2 to local rivals Atletico Madrid in the UEFA Super Cup final after extra time. He only kept his job for 2 months after leading Real Madrid to a 5-1 defeat in El Clasico away at Barcelona. Things were just not going to plan and he was out of a job for 8 months until he got an offer from another Spanish side, Sevilla. In his first season, 2019-20, he finished 4th, guaranteeing the Champions League spot, and then went on and won the Europa League after beating Inter Milan 3-2 in the final. He went on to stay until late 2022, being the manager that lost to West Ham at the London Stadium on that magical night in the round of 16. But in October 2022, a 4-1 loss at home to Borussia Dortmund ensured that he would be looking for a job once again. This was only until struggling side Wolves approached him after losing 2-0 away at West Ham and sacking Bruno Lage. He initially turned down the offer in October, but accepted in November, meaning that he would start his work after the World Cup. He beat Gillingham in the Carabao Cup for his first game in charge and managed to finish 13th after being in a relegation battle when he was first appointed. However, this wasn't enough for him to keep his job, as there were a few disagreements with the board, leading Gary O'Neill to take over from the Spaniard, and he hasn't been in the job ever since. Until the other day, where it was announced he is taking over at West Ham over successful David Moyes on the 1st of July. He has brought his coaching staff with him as the likes of Billy McKinlay and Kevin Nolan head for the door with Moyes. However, Tim Steidten has remained, and it is said that they have already started working on potential transfer targets that they could get in early this summer. Lopetegui is under a 2-year contract with a possible 1-year extension, so let's hope he can get the best out of these players and we can carry on to push up the table and fight for Europe like we have been doing for the last couple of years. I personally believe that he is the man for the job, and that is the story of Julen Lopetegui. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and come on you Irons.